Okay, so pretty straightforward. Start with number 1. All right, not a full torque, almost fully torqued. We're just kind of seeing it. There's 2, 3. Go from this way. 4, 5. Let's see, 6. Forgot, gotta use the shorty on that one. 6, 7, and then 8. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do a full torque. See if I can just get them all from this side. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and last one 8. And that should be it. That should be pretty much good. So next step, what you want to go ahead and do is install your cam chain tensioner. And what we're going to go ahead and do is, if you press this mechanism right here that retains the plunger, kind of press it up to unlock the grooves. You push it in all the way, and then we'll just take a little bit of oil, spray a little bit of oil in it. Then we're going to go ahead and place this inside cylinder head, and we want this mechanism right here kind of facing upwards, so it's going to go like that. And we'll just go ahead and thread those in by hand. You know what I want to do too, I want to put a little bit of oil on these threads since it was kind of hard to get them in. Shouldn't harm anything putting a little bit of oil on the threads. I wouldn't recommend putting Loctite or anything, not necessary. That's strange. It's like this one doesn't want to go in. What's going on here? Yeah, no, they go in. Does it go the opposite way? Pretty sure it went. I don't think so. Pretty sure it goes in that way. What the heck is going on here? That's strange. The bolt goes into it just fine, so I'm not sure what kind of trickery is going on here. Let's try it like that. Maybe it does go in that position. Yeah, maybe it does actually. It only seems to, bolts only want to go in one direction. Not a big deal. So now we'll go ahead and let's go ahead and tighten these down. Okay, let me see one. Let's go ahead and torque this one down now. Okay. Okay, so that's good. Now we can go ahead and take our spring and end cap here and our 12mm wrench. You just push it in, and that's, if you just heard that, I was kind of pushing out the plunger there. And just put a little bit of tension and screw on this cap. Boom, there it is. All right, nice. Now, to double check everything, I like to rotate the engine over just a couple times. So we'll take our, what is this, 14mm, and rotate the engine counterclockwise. And let's get those timing marks there. So exhaust is opening and closing, intake's about to open. Okay, so we should be coming up on top dead center right now. I heard something moving there. Huh. Interesting. It's like a bearing sticking or something. So there's the timing. And there, right there is top dead center, that mark right there. Let's go ahead and check our timing over here. Exhaust lining up. Intake lining up. Should be good. All right. So next thing we can go ahead and do is, I want to make sure, let's go ahead and double check the valve clearances here and see where we're at. So I did a little bit of pre-measuring before I torqued it down. Usually they stick to where about they are. So let's take a 6/1000 and check the intakes. Nice. 6/1000 there. and 6 thousandths there. Very nice. So we took that from a 5 to a 6 and from a 3 to a 6. I was kind of thinking it was going to take it to a 7, but it looks like it did it. Now if I take this 7 thousandths feeler gauge, it's a no-go and a very tight 7. So this is good. These are right around 6 thousandths, which is in spec. The spec is from 3 thousandths and 9 tenths to 7 thousandths and 4 tenths. So this is good. We're at 6 thousandths now. Let's say this one's like 6 thousandths and 5 tenths, because it's like almost a fitting 7, but not quite. So then now we'll go ahead and check the exhaust, see where we're at. We'll start with an 8 here. We'll check both the exhaust. So 8 slides nice, very nice. Let's see if we can get a 9 under there, a 9 thousandths. So this is a 9 thousandths feeler gauge. Very nice, fits right there. And a little too tight on that one. So that one's going to be an 8 thousandths. So this one's now at 8 thousandths. And let's see if we can get a 10. We don't really want a 10 to go under this one, which it's too tight of a fit. Yeah, so this one right here, I'm going to say it's like 9. At 9 thousandths and 5 tenths. So that should be good. We're able to bring both this one from a 6 to an 8, and this from a 6 to a 9.5. All our valves are now in spec. That's good. So the last thing I kind of want to follow up with is a compression test, just because I was kind of concerned about why I wasn't starting all of a sudden. It should have started after the carburetor rebuild. I did make a float level adjustment, so hopefully that makes a difference. If not, I might have to pull this carburetor apart and see what's going on. But at this point, we can go ahead and put the valve cover back on and see what happens. I'll just go ahead and grab the valve cover. Okay, valve cover goes back on this way. You'll kind of feel it slip into place. Make sure it's even all the way around. Nothing's kind of popping out or protruding. Very nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and put our valve cover bolts back in. We'll just use our 10mm to kind of cinch these down. Okay. I'll grab my breaker bar here. Just kind of tighten these down. About 10 or so foot-pounds, nothing too crazy. All right, that's good. Let's go ahead and put our timing plugs back in. I'll wipe this. Okay. Okay, timing plug, boom. The upper one on. All right, boom, that's pretty much it. Now, what I want to go ahead and do is I'd like to double check the cylinder compression and just see where we're at after adjusting the valves. Okay. Ah. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and hook up our compression gauge set. Let's see, it looks like we took the needle out of the Schrader valve. Let's go ahead and swap Schrader valves really quick. Okay. All right, we'll take this and basically thread it into our spark plug hole. All right, there it goes. Okay, hook up our gauge. All right, then now I just need to go get my kicking shoe. Okay, compression gauge. Let me go get my kicking shoe. Okay, let's go ahead and run a compression test and see where we're at. So pretty straightforward. Hold the throttle wide open. And we'll go ahead and take a look. Ooh, don't drop the gauge at our gauge here. About 90 psi. I think that's what I was getting around last time, 90, 100. I mean, pretty low. This has an automatic decompressor. So I would say it should be like, usually around 100, 110, but 90, that should be enough for this thing to start, I'm thinking. Ooh. Oh yeah, there it is. One more kick gave us 110, 112, like 118, 120, 130, 130, 130. Let's see. Oh, 139. So damn, this thing has kind of, I mean, there should be enough compression in this thing. As far as it still keeps going. So let's go ahead and throw the spark plug back in, and let's see if this thing will fire up. It should. It's enough compression. I got fuel. Let's put in the spark plug. Spark plug's supposed to be a CR8E. I'm using a CR70, something a little hotter, just because I don't have a CR8E on hand just yet. But let's see if we can get this thing to turn on. Okay. All right, cool. There we go. So spark plug in, spark plug cap. Let's go ahead and put on our gas tank. Connect our tube. Okay, so fuel on. Should have enough fuel to make this thing go. Make sure there's fuel in the carburetor. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. We got enough fuel in this thing. All right. See if we can get it to start. Oh. Ooh. Try the choke. Choke. Damn, this thing's a bitch to start. Wonder if it's flooding out still. So my carburetor's pissing gas all over the place. Either that or the needle and seat. Shoot, it's probably still flooding out. The thing that gets me is, even if I spray starter fluid in it, I can't get this thing to go. Unless it's flooding out that bad, it's very possible. I think it's flooding out still. So all right. Dang. All right, let's do this again. I'm going to try to adjust the float. I have a feeling that either the carburetor is no good, or no matter what I do, the float, the needle isn't sealing, and this doesn't have a replaceable seat. So usually when that happens, it means like new carburetor, time for new carburetor. All right, let's see if I can get this time. This is like my third time messing with the float valve on this. I feel like if I adjust it anymore, I'm going to end up shutting it off. Okay. 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 Let's try that. This thing probably needs a fucking new carburetor. Yep. Ah, where the heck did it go? Okay, if this thing doesn't want to start after this, then shoot, I don't know. There might be something going on here. Should fire up easily. This thing's really hard to kick over, even without the spark plug in, like it's almost seizing up. Okay, it's all hooked up. Let's get the gas tank back on. Okay. Huh. All right. See if we get any fuel to come out of this thing. Hopefully it doesn't. Let's try this. Ooh. Still leaking just a little bit. Or if the carburetor is just no good. Fuck, I don't want to take this thing apart again. I mean, I wonder what would happen if I put the stock jets back in. And maybe it's getting too much fuel. Oh my god. Yeah. I guess the next thing would be to, to kind of like, it's kind of popping over. That's the thing I'm kind of confused on. I should have already started by now, unless this JD jetting kit kind of sucks. Usually I have pretty good results with them. It's like almost like wet still. Holy cow, this is gonna be like my 10th time freaking trying to drain this thing out. Shoot. Let's see. The only thing I could think of is putting the original jets back in, seeing if that makes a difference. Ugh. Don't really want to pull this carburetor back out for like the 20th time. Doesn't work after this. It might be something electrically going on. Maybe the ignition timing's bad. I've seen this before. I mean, you do everything, has compression, carburetor. Sometimes it could be the carburetor, but sometimes it could also be the ignition. Ignition's just, not working. All right, so let's go ahead and drain this carburetor one more time. After this, I'm just kind of wasting my time. Better off just telling the customer, hey man, like at this point, no guarantee on what it's going to take to get this thing running. I'd like to probably start with the carburetor and go from there. Try out a new carburetor. Next would be ignition. I mean, who knows what the ignition looks like. The stator and the pickup, if it's like full of metallic debris. Also felt like saw some weird stuff happening over here. It's possible the engine timing's off. All right, let's try this. Saw the crankshaft, the whole crankshaft moving thing, like when I was rotating it over, checking the timing, that looked really weird. Okay. I don't know, unless I take the carburetor apart again and try recleaning it. I mean, I'm pretty sure I got most of everything in there. I checked the circuits too. I mean, I guess it really wouldn't hurt to pull this thing apart again, take it over to the bench. Double check my work. Maybe I missed something. That's the thing when I'm making these videos. Sometimes I'm paying more attention to the video than I am to the repairs that I'm doing. which is what kind of sucks about making videos. Probably why there aren't too many up on YouTube for serious jobs. Okay. Okay. Let's see what's going on with my carburetor here. Everything looks like it was put together. Oh, what's going on there? Why is that getting stuck? Oh, there's an issue. Huh. Well, that's obviously going to be an issue if it's getting stuck up like that. See if I loosen this, if it. Oh, it's pulling fuel into there. Huh. Why is it pulling so much fuel in? Is it missing an air jet right there? Huh. No, it only goes in one way. Seems like it's flooding out, like it's. Huh. Why is it getting so much fuel into there? I feel like there's supposed to be an air jet right there. Maybe not. Looks like it's pulling too much fuel. F38. Looks like all the jet's in there correctly. Looks like it's fully seated. Try something here. Is there a possible obstruction on the main air jet circuit? Oh, looks like it goes all the way through. Hmm. Oh, it looks like it's a 8. Yeah, these are all clear. I mean, hmm. Hmm. Oh, there it goes. Just fell right out. And now it goes right through. Hmm. Hmm. looks good still. Hmm. Hmm. All right, I'm going to clean this carburetor one more time. And after that, it's pretty much it. I'm just wasting my time on this thing. Jets are freaking fine. Let's see what this is looking like. Yeah, this looks all good. Nothing's moved. Maybe we'll try the original jet needle. I don't think I have a feeling it's not going to make a difference though. I feel like something else is going on here, but we'll give it another try. I'm going to soak this thing one more time. Parts washer is nice and hot. I've got everything out of it. Let's see what happens. Still doesn't explain why it's flooding though. I feel like it's flooding. With all that fuel in there, there shouldn't be that much fuel. It's kind of hard to say. This all looks good though. Yeah, that's good. Let's go ahead and wash these jets out one more time. Even though everything's nice and clean. Alright. Could be a bad ignition. Definitely could be a bad ignition. All right, hold on, be right back. Bike still won't start. I'm going to clean the carb again, although I already checked it. It looks clean. I put in original adjust to see if it will start. Notice while I was rotating the engine over during the valve adjustment, the flywheel moved irregularly. It made a crunching sound. Possible engine damage that's messing with the ignition timing or bed electronics. After this round of cleaning the carb, and if it still won't start, you're probably going to need another diagnostics to figure out what's going on. This bike has multiple issues. All right. I think we're going to come back to this in a little bit.